So hey loves, and welcome back to my channel, guys. So in this video we are going to be swatching / doing a couple of eye swatches, demoing, and just using this Nubian 3 coral palette by Juviasplace to create 3 different looks, this inclusive. We're basically just going to be transitioning from a morning look to an afternoon look and then a night look using just this palette. And guys, this is what it looks like. If you guys want to know or want to see how this palette swatches on a dark skin, how it swatches on the eyes, how it looks, the pigmentation, all of that fun stuff, then you definitely do want to keep on watching. If you guys like this review, definitely give me a thumbs up. Shout out to Juviasplace again for, you know, partnering and collaborating and sponsoring this video yet again. Alright loves, so the Nubian 3 coral palette comes in this sleeve. I'm gonna just take her out, and this is what she looks like. Let me just open her up so you can see what she looks like inside. So we're going to be swatching all of the 12 eyeshadow colors, doing a couple of hand swatches as well as eye swatches. So yeah, we have 12 shades. We have 5 matte shades. We have 6 shimmer shades. Now this one shade right here, it is like 90% matte, but then it has like 10% of like specks of like glitters, but just a little bit of shine to it, but it's basically matte. So now this palette retails for $20, just like the foundation. If you guys want to see the foundation review that I did previously, definitely do check it out here. I'll leave the link right here. Check it out. I swatched all the dark shades in the Nubian family. So we're gonna start off by this. This says on the pack that it is cruelty free. So if you're a cruelty free girl or guy, then this palette's definitely for you. Now I'm gonna compare this with the previous palettes that I do have, because I did notice something about this palette. This palette compared to like the normal Juviasplace palette is quite toned down. This is more of a, from my perspective, it's more of a, it's like an everyday friendly palette because it has like really neutral shades. So I feel like they used this to complement the other shades that they have. I'm going to be using all the shades to create different looks, 3 looks basically. So yeah, if you guys want to know what that looks like, then definitely do keep on watching. But before we proceed, I want to swatch these shades on my wrist and then show you guys what it looks like on my eyes as well. Alright, so first thing that I noticed is that these shades do not come with like names. I think I might have misplaced the plasticky thingy. I don't know if the names were written on it, but yeah, if you guys know the name, definitely put it down in the comment section and let us all know. So I'm just going to go ahead and start swatching. I'm going to start swatching it row by row, starting from this one. This one has like a cool neutral tone to it, so I'm going to just swatch this one. So swatching the next shade, which is like ash shade right here. Don't worry, I'll come closer so you guys can see what it looks like. Put the shade here. This is a 3rd shade. They are like brothers and sisters. They kind of go together and you kind of create an amazing look with these 3, which is what I'm going to be doing. Then the last shade on that row, we have this beautiful like rose gold shade right here, which is what I currently have on the inner corners of my eyes, just right here. Yeah, that's what I have right there. So we have this one right here, starting from the 2nd row. The shimmer shades are pigmented, guys. So moving on to the 2nd shade on the 2nd row, this is probably my favorite shade in this entire palette. This brown right here. I used it on the outer corner of my eyes to smoke out my eyelids, and guys, just see how chocolatey she looks. Can you see that chocolate shade? So next up is this shade, which goes well with the previous shade. These 2 shades, they go beautifully well. You would see me applying it. So this is what that one looks like. Then the 4th shade on the 2nd row, we have it right here. So that's what it looks like. So now starting with the 1st shade on the 3rd row, we have this in between matte stroke shimmer shade. I'm just going to swatch this next to that. There we go. And just give her another swipe. And now we have this shade. So she shows up on my skin well, which is a good thing. Then we have this kind of coral shade right here. I'm just gonna swatch her right here. This is what she looks like. And for the last shade right here, I'm going to just take that very well, very generous, and just swatch that right there. But these are the shades, and yeah, just have a feel of them. 12 shades. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead to just create a look using these palettes. I'm going to be transitioning from a day look to an afternoon look, which is this, and then to a night more intense smoky look. So if you guys want to see how I do that, then definitely keep on watching. You're still watching, so don't go anywhere, just keep on watching. All right, so hey loves, and welcome back again to my bare face. So I wanted to do my face on camera because someone recommended for me to use 330 ACCRA as my foundation in the Juviasplace Iammagiccollection foundation. I think her name is Toya. Alright guys, so I was definitely right. Her name is Toya. Hi Toya. She said, I think ACCRA is your shade. You have an olive tone, undertone. Also considering oxidization. I hope to see a video with you just using that shade. So hi, this is definitely going to be the video. So I'm going to be using 330 ACCRA. So I have that shade on the back of my palm, but let me just go ahead to just apply just a little bit on my face. Let's try Kampala again so you guys can see what Kampala looks like. Kampala on this side. Okay guys, so please do help me. I'm confused. This is Kampala, this is ACCRA, 330 ACCRA and Kampala. Okay, you know what, because of you Toya, I'm going to go ahead to use ACCRA just so you can see what the shade looks like on me. And we're going in. No turning back now. Okay, all right guys, so this is what 330 ACCRA looks like on me. Can you see? It looks too dull because it's cool. So I'm gonna just wipe this off and go in with Kampala. I'm going in now with Kampala in 340. Just in case you are wondering. Can you see how this just brightens up my face? I don't know if you guys saw the previous one. I'm going to go in with the concealer in the shade 9. And also because the formula is like very hydrating, I feel like it's just the perfect formula for underneath the eyes. But this is not going to dry out. It's actually going to moisturize it. So let's just call it anti-aging concealer. So I'm going to go ahead with the concealer in the shade 19, just putting one drop on the inner corner just to highlight it a tad bit more. So that way we could take this concealer shade from number 9 to maybe number 12. Alright guys, so I want to shut down my face using the Beauty Bakery yellow powder. Alright loves, so I went ahead to just bronze up my face just a little bit, as well as do my brows and conceal my lids as well. So now we are ready to start playing with this baby right here. So what we're going to be doing now is a transition from a morning look to afternoon look and then to a night look. And for a morning look, I'm looking at something very neutral, something like that's barely there. I'm just going to take this shade right here, set it down on my lids. I'm gonna use this shade. Oh, guys, see. We just want just a wash of color. Yeah, that's pretty. So we're gonna go in with this one here. Okay, so I'm done with the look. I'm just going to blend everything all in so that at least it doesn't look too much. Your look isn't complete without a pair of blushes. So I just popped on a pair of like very barely there eyelashes. So I'm going ahead to just apply just a light layer of highlights on my the high point of my cheek right here, and I'm also connecting it to the outer corners of my eyes, I guess. That way it will give like a radiant I just woke up like this kind of vibe. See that? Like, can you just see that? Let me just highlight just this inner corner right here so that it kind of looks dewy. So I'm just going to take this out of my face and just set my face up a bit. Hey loves, all right, so this is the look that we created. It's very everyday friendly, it's very fresh, it's very like work friendly at the same time, and it's very easy to create. Just pop on the lid color that is quite neutral. This was a shade that was quite neutral, no shimmers, just matte, and blend it in with a transition shade that is a bit darker than it, and you're good to go. You can use brown, you can use whatever matte shade you want. So to kind of transition into like the afternoon look, I'm going to just get into character, change my background, and let's start. All right, so let's start now. So what I'm gonna do first of all is to remove my lashes, obviously. All right, love, so to create the afternoon look, I'm just going to deepen this look right here, still working with what we have. So I'm gonna be using my crease brush. I'm gonna be using this brown shade right here, and this shade is actually my favorite shade. And I'll show you why. Can you see that? So as I am applying it, I'm just blending it slowly. I'm going to use another blending brush to just blend out the edges. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my P. Louise base just to cut my crease a little bit and to create a base for the eyeshadows that we're going to be using. So what I'm going to do is to use a clean brush to just blend out this harsh line so that it looks like this and not like this. So I'm gonna take this brown shade, put that just after that shade and this shade, and you can use this too to create like a beautiful, oh my gosh, should I do that? Like a beautiful smoky brown eyeshadow look. Next up, I'm going in with this shade right here. I'm going to apply that just next to that shade. That's the shade right there. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. She definitely shows, but let's just amplify this baby up a bit. Spray, spray. I'm going to take that same brush, and I'm just going to start blending in from the lightest shade. Just blending all the shades in lightly. Hi guys, so this is what we have. These are the shades that we just applied. So what I want to do now is to just use that same shade that we used to transition on my lash line, just to smoke it out a bit right here. Connect that to the outer corner of my eyes. So I've smoked out my bottom lash a bit. I'm going to go in with a brown liner to just line my waterline as well as my lash line. That way it will just tie the entire look together, the outer corners as well as the inner corners as well. Alright, so we just went ahead to line the line. What I'm going to do, my line, I just went ahead to line my eyes. What I'm going to do is to pop on a pair of lashes and then look for like a lipstick that would go with this entire look, and then I'll be back. So I feel like I need a little bit of bronze since we're doing browns. I feel like my face needs to be a little bit more bronze and a little bit more contoured. Now I do feel like going in with a blush, so I'm gonna do that just to warm up the cheeks a little bit. So this is what we have going on right here. I'm just going to just add a little bit of highlight. Yeah, this is the look we created. So I went ahead to just wipe off my eye makeup, and just so you know, the eyeshadow doesn't stain the eyelids, so we're good. So what I'm gonna do is to just prime my lid using my P. Louise base, just to give the eyeshadow like something to stick on. I'm going to be using this shade to transition. because I want to work with the gray tones because we've been running away from that one. So let's just put that right here. All right guys, so now we have something on our crease area. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, this ash shade, and this is going to be like my first lead shade. All right, so what I want to do now is to go ahead to use this shade right here, just next to that shade. I'm just going to spray. So let's just put this here, put this here, do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so this is what we have now. We're still looking crazy, don't worry. I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade in this palette. Just place her on the center of my, just the center right here. Going to use a clean blending brush to just blend the edges. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to smoke out my bottom lash as well as my lash line. So now it looks a little bit more smoky. I'm going to put on my pair of lashes and come back and fix up my lips. I don't know what lips to go for, but we'll just go with the flow. Okay guys, so this is the look that we have right now. For my lips, I think I'm just going to go with something neutral. I'm thinking between something neutral like this, and this is what the eye look is looking like as well. Alright guys, let me just wipe this off and use something brighter than this. But we'll go in with the red lip. There we go. Definitely let me know what look you guys prefer. Do you prefer the new lip or do you prefer this red one? But yeah, this is what this red one looks like. So yeah guys, this is the look that we've created. We paired the smoky eye with the ash color, which actually looks nice and classic, with a pair of red lipstick, which doesn't look so bad, guys. All right, so we've come to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed this eye swatching, eye demoing, eye review of the eyeshadows using the Juviasplace Nubian 3 Coral palette. This again retails for $20. She is quite portable. Let me know what you guys think about this palette. What are your thoughts? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Try to keep it as in-depth as my previous one because you guys really liked how detailed the previous one was. So I hope this video has given you an answer if you guys ever had a question about this palette. So yeah, it's definitely worth it for $20. We can never go wrong with, I've never gone wrong with Juviasplace palettes. Like, they do not, basically you can't go wrong with Juviasplace palettes. They are just the bomb, the best. So yeah, I would definitely see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay fab, subscribe to my channel if you're yet subscribed to my channel. Stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.